Okay, we've been doing this for a couple episodes. It's called Good Old Stuff, where we go and take a look at a classic movie that maybe isn't
video game, something
like that hasn't gotten a lot of attention. At least something that hasn't been something in our minds.
Right.
And we go back, we watch it, and we talk
maybe
about
something we've never seen before.
Yeah, now we
should have seen.
Yeah, and we're gonna spoil this. So if you have not seen it, you should go see it and then come back and listen to this. Or if you don't care,
David, what did we see?
We saw Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, I've never seen this movie.
You've never seen it. I saw this a long time ago when I was like a kid. Because I loved kung fu movies. Do you like kung fu?
Came out in 1986. Good year, 1986.
Yeah, great year.
Probably one of the best years.
Were you born in 86?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured.
84% Rotten Tomatoes.
But are you a fan of like the kung fu genre of movies? Do you enjoy kung fu movies?
It's fine.
But you're not like you wouldn't
seek
it
them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Kill Bill. It's great.
Yeah, okay.
Probably,
that's as far as you go. Like, have you seen any of like the old school like Bruce Lee or like Jackie Chan stuff?
Enter the Dragon, is that the iconic?
Yeah,
seen that.
Yeah.
Saw Rush Hour. Is that what you're talking about? Jackie Chan.
Stop it.
No?
That actually is a great movie.
The tuxedo.
Stop it. Like any of like the old school Jet Li stuff. Jordan's a huge fan of that.
What was
stuff.
that Jet Li one where he was like a machine, like he was like a dog almost?
Oh,
the Legend.
Broken or Unbroken or Unchained? I forget what it's called, but I know he would take the collar off and then he'd lose his mind. Yeah. That was a good movie.
But anyway, like the classic stuff, no. I know I've seen Enter the Dragon because that's kind of like that, like the iconic Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris.
Yeah, this is it's directed by John Carpenter, who's known for The Thing. A bunch of other movies that are fantastic. But in this, it's kind of a East meets West kind of movie. That's kind of one of the general themes that run through this movie. But it's certainly a subtle comedy.
So this is my thing, David. So like I wasn't sure what to expect from this movie because again, I've never seen it before.
Okay.
I knew it was a comedy. And then watching
quote
it,
unquote comedy.
Yeah. So I'm like, that we're it's kind of like kung fu stuff against some mystical power, some magic stuff, which is kind of cool. But then I love like Airplane, all those kind of movies.
Yeah.
This is that, but like you said, real subtle.
Right. It's definitely like Ghostbusters is. Well, Ghostbusters is a little bit more on the nose with comedy,
Definitely more on the nose.
But it's subtle in its comedy. It's not like derp, you know what I mean?
Yeah, stupid stuff.
But
this is like genius almost.
Right.
Like, it's hilarious. Some of the things in this movie.
I'm surprised this movie kind of got made because of the budget in it had to be super high. The people are in it. Kurt Russell plays Jack Burton, who is a truck driver, loudmouth. Macho man,
no home.
He's
kind of nomad.
Yeah, man. He's on the radio. He's talking about now he's gonna
hilarious.
He has the radio for a truck driver. It opens up the movie with him just like, "This is Jack traveling Burton, and I'm telling you guys that the road is the only place to be." You know, it's like, it's just like it's the classic. What you think of as a truck driver, macho guy, fast talking, all the ladies want to be with him and all the guys want to be
But he's
him.
like secretly an idiot and I love it.
Right. And that's the subtle comedy of it is that he, at the beginning of the movie, he meets up with a friend of his, and they're kind of playing like poker or some type of game.
Yeah.
And, he tells him, "Hey, you gotta pay me for this." And he goes back to his restaurant, I guess is what it was. Somebody gets in trouble.
Well, it's not that. It's like, hold on, we'll go in my car. It's like, no, we'll go in my truck, my giant 18-wheeler to get the money.
Right. And so, of course, they get wrong place at the wrong time. They get in the middle of this gang war.
Which, like, again, they're in the 18... This is, like, one of the funny parts of the movie. They're in the 18-wheeler, like, well, what is that? Let's go this way. And it's this giant 18-wheeler in, like, this tiny alleyway
in Chinatown.
driving. Yeah.
It's in Chinatown.
And, like, they're trying to be all, like, stealthy and stuff. This giant...
It's hilarious. So, of course, then all of a sudden there's this huge gang war in Chinatown. And all of a sudden, like these mystical beings come out of the sky, and the S hits the F, right? And they get caught up in this, and they're kind of like, oh, they're trying to run down the alley, like, oh, run away. And all Jack Burton cares about is, where's my damn truck?
Yeah, I wrote that as a specific line. Where's my truck? He mentions it multiple times in the movie.
But of course,
and I like it by the end of the movie, it's just there.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
You left it in the alleyway.
It's so stupid. Anyways, you come to find out that these mystical beings are trying to perform this like ritual that is going to bring back this evil ancient character, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of the
like
general. I mean, the specifics of this movie are not, in my opinion, are not important.
No.
It's more about the enjoyment of watching this just play out, and it's fish out of water, but it's fish out of water that thinks he's like
all that.
He's the best. He can save everyone's problems. There is some good fight scenes in this, like traditional kung fu fight scenes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also interesting to know because there's like I said, it's very satirical. It's playing on the notion of what the West thinks of the East. So
definitely.
like for instance, the gang war comes out and it seems like, oh, kung fu. Everybody was kung fu. You're gonna see some awesome. No, they just pull out rifles and start shooting at each other, and that is like immediately I was like, I get it. I thought I knew what you were gonna.
Guns
and and it's like, wait, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to throw a Chinese star or something, right? So, that I loved. I absolutely love that part.
I like
of
the
it.
different villains. Like they all have their each weapons, and one of them has like the spinning tops on top of his hands, like little blades. He's like, like pushing his hands.
It's so like I said, it
so
plays
dumb.
into like all of the, and honestly, these are all the stereotypes of what you think of like, you know, if you play Street Fighter, like, you know, like it's like that. They're playing into all of those the traditional characters of like, oh, that's what you think you would do, and that's what and so. The thing I actually think is interesting about this is that Jack Burton is actually not really the main character in this movie. It's his friend who I can't remember his name.
The actor's name?
I don't remember the actor's name. You probably pull it up here. It's right there.
Wang Chi.
Yeah.
Played by Dennis Dunn.
Yeah, so Dennis Dunn's character, he's kind of more the main character because he's the protagonist that pushes everything forward.
No, and there's like a big fight scene like toward the end where he's like, it's all in the reflexes, and he Jack guy shoots his gun out and gets knocked out from rocks from the bullet. Then he's not even in.
No, he's in an archway. They're about to start the giant battle, like the big battle, and he's got his gun, and he's like, I'm gonna tear it up, and he's like, yeah, and he like shoots up in the sky like he's gonna, scare everybody, but he shoots the archway, which breaks apart, and then falls on his head and knocks him out.
Yeah.
And so he's completely useless. Like, amazing.
Like that. Oh, I was busting out laughing.
But there's definitely like a mystical part of this movie, like where there's like magic and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, the character, one of the mystical beings that comes down, he comes out of lightning and he shoots lightning out of his hand. That's what Raiden was based off of in the Mortal Kombat series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a direct.
That's cool.
Yeah, because when I was watching, I was like, that's. He even has like the fisherman hat. I'm like, that's Raiden.
Oh yeah.
Or Raiden, whatever. Some people say it the other way, but I was like, oh, that's Raiden. And I was like, then I looked online. I was like, well, yeah, clearly, Mortal Kombat didn't come out in 1986, so I should have just put that together. But it's a fun movie. It's a great action movie. It is definitely a timepiece because it is. You can see the 80s running through this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Definitely does not hold up, but like it's. The comedy holds up. The dialogue holds up.
Yeah, and the subtle parody and the satirical nature of all of it.
Don't take it too seriously.
Even the ending of this movie, which of course the good guy wins, right? I'm not going to ruin anything there. Like, there's the ending of it is just like, this is supposed to happen, right? Good guy gets the girl and like everything, they
happily ever after.
And nope.
He just leaves. Gets in his truck and leaves and gets back on the radio.
Right, and like the girl's like, are you going to give her a kiss? And he's like, nah.
And she's just left there like, oh, okay.
It's great. Like, it's just awesome. It's amazing. So it's doing that thing where it knows what you think it's going to do and then it doesn't do it. And then it even goes further than what you don't think it's going to do. I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's fantastic. John Carpenter, like, bravo. One of his best movies in my opinion. This has a huge cult following, obviously.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like one of those cult classic movies. What's interesting is they are making a board game of Big Trouble in Little China.
There isn't already?
There isn't already. Well, like, not like a designer board game. There might be like a Monopoly version because, of course, Monopoly has one of everything. But it's actually taking the Legendary system. Marvel Legendary, Aliens Legendary, and I think they did Predator. They're also coming out with a Firefly. So just pick a IP and put it. Now they're turning into the Monopoly. But they're making a Legendary Big Trouble in Little China, which apparently you can mix the Marvel characters in that, so you could, which is awesome. Like, that's totally, like, if Spider-Man showed up in the middle of like I'd be like, that makes sense. Like the movie's so over the top that it's like, whatever. Like,
yeah, who cares?
Like, even like the bad guy in the movie looks ridiculous. Like, when he's like he needs to like
an old Chinese emperor.
Yeah, and it's like Big Kill Bill. Like the guy, the trainer or whatever he was in that. Like, it's the classic like stroke the long chin and it's amazing. And the rituals that they have to do and everyone's like the magic that's in it. It's great. And even at the beginning of the movie, which I love the opening scene, because at the opening scene of the movie is, one of the characters, kind of a side character, is telling the police like, oh, this is what happened. He's like, oh, you're supposed to make me believe that magic's real. And he does the magic and it's just like, what, everyone? It's really fun. Go watch this. Tell us what you thought. Write it in the comments. Tell us what you liked and what you didn't like about Big Trouble in Little China.
And if you have other suggestions of good old stuff to watch or play, let us know. Email
I want to know. I want to know stuff because, like, I think for me, I enjoy, like I said, movies that I say in my head like they should remake that, but this is kind of a movie that probably wouldn't resonate in the same way. Resonate in the same way as it did back then, because I think we have less of those preconceived notions, I guess, if that makes sense.
But you can still appreciate it.
Yeah, you can appreciate it, but I just it's one of those things where it's weird that it hasn't been turned into a sequel. Like it's a property that's popular, at least to the point that they're making a new board game.
Yeah. But if there's stuff, I'm actually really bad at 80s movies. I was obviously born in 86, so I kind of missed the boat on all that. When I moved in with my roommate, Dan, he's grew up in that time because he's super old. Dan,
oh man, hopefully he's not listening.
But he was like, "Oh my god, you've never seen like 16
the Goonies,
Candles, or
16 Candles,
Goonies or that stuff." So I've watched a lot of those, but I'm definitely missing some of my catalog, including this movie until now. So yeah, when any other suggestions, hit us up.
Yeah, all I know is when I told you to watch this, you were like, "Sure," and then when you're watching, you text me like, What is this? Like, this is like this makes no sense.
But like I said, by the end, I'm like, this is kind of genius. Like the subtleness of the comedy, it's just great.
And what's great is like if you look at the cover of the movie, like if you go online and you type in Big Trouble in Little China, like even the cover is like not what the movie is.
Right.
Like it's him with like the two guns and the girls next to him. Like he's not the main character of this, and like that's great. Like it's so perfect. Like great job on the subtlety and especially like the satirical nature of it. Cannot recommend it enough. Check that out.
Yep.
As always, we'll wrap up here. As always, if you have anything that you want to have us check out, or if you have a question for us, you can send us an email. It's Ask Sit Down Standard, and we'll get you a $5 gift card to Amazon, Steam, or Starbucks. Yeah, no matter who you are, you like one of those three. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you have to. We picked these out. We had a long conversation on which three, so
I was like,
it's got a little bit for everybody.
I can't imagine. If you don't like one of those three and you somehow like this podcast, you send us an email and let me know.
Why?
I just want to know. Like, where do you shop and what do you drink and how do you, I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, it's sitdownstandard@gmail.com. The email is?
Oh, David, it's sitdownstandard@gmail.com.
Very good. Until next time, bye.
See ya.